8:39 here, Big 550 KTRS. Every week we check in with Kat Neville from Feast Magazine. And, of course, she is sponsored by our friends at Jimmy's on the Park, 7 to 6 to Munn in Clayton. Call them at 725-8585 or their website, jimmyscafe.com. Proud sponsor of the segment from Feast Magazine. Here's publisher Kat Neville.
Ta-da!
What do we... Ooh, lay it on us. What do we got today?
Okay, I have something old and something new.
Aha.
Something borrowed and something blue. No, I'll start with the old that actually has been given something of a facelift. So MacArthur's Bakery Cafe was purchased the last fall by new ownership, and the plan is to kind of reorganize and give a facelift to all three locations. But the first one that has received, that treatment is the Kirkwood location, which is now at 210 North Kirkwood Road, just kind of like right down the way from just a block adjacent to where it was previously in Kirkwood.
Okay.
The new location is 5,500 square feet, and it is not only serving the well-loved old world style pastries that it's so well known for, danishes, cakes, obviously, all that kind of great stuff. But one of the people that are involved in kind of this reimagining of this longtime favorite was an executive at Panera for a number of years. So you're seeing, So you're seeing now this addition of lunch and dinner items, and a lot of and also breakfast items that are savory, like souffles and parfaits and things like that. And at lunch, you've got these big sandwiches, and dinners available as well. And it's a really beautiful space. It's very bright. It's very open. And it has like even a second story loft where you can sit and eat. So it's a really interesting way to see a beloved kind of bakery evolve into kind of what people are looking for in the 21st century.
So they're going to do this to all three of them.
The other two locations are going to have smaller remodels. This is kind of the flagship, if you will.
Gotcha.
This is going to be the largest location. But yes, as the year progresses or as the next year kind of comes about, yes, the other two locations will be seeing a similar facelift. So they have things like what they call a big BLT, and it has cherrywood bacon that's been braided together. So it kind of gives that like every bite has bacon effect. And then obviously bacon lettuce, and then a garlic mayo. And they also have a hot Italian beef sandwich with provolone, that giardiniera, which is that wonderful spicy hot relish, that Italian stuff. It's delicious, garlic mayo. And then another one is the sweet and sour cubano. And, of course, that's shaved pork, honey ham, pickles, sweet mustard, and all of that's on like a grilled baguette. And so, I mean, just really lovely stuff. Lunch and dinner now, as well as breakfast and pastries.
Right. MacArthur's Bakery, 210 North Kirkwood Road. It's only Kirkwood Road in Kirkwood. Otherwise, it's Lindbergh.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. It's,
I don't know those.
Well, I know, but for those people, for those people who are confused, Kirkwood Road is Lindbergh, but in Kirkwood, it's called Kirkwood Road.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
makes sense.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's Lindbergh up until it gets to Kirkwood, and then it's Kirkwood Road, and then after Kirkwood, then it's Lindbergh
St.
again.
Louis has these long
Yes.
and winding avenues.
It
I
has
was
17
talking
different
another.
names.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Page and Olive and all of these roads.
Right.
What's number two? All these roads. They have a lot of roads here in St. Louis.
I get so confused. Okay, number two, brand new, very exciting. It's been talked about forever. Reed's American Table in Maplewood at 7322 Manchester, another one of those long roads. So Reed's is one of the reasons why it has been so highly anticipated is the team behind it are, young, up and coming, very well known culinary professionals. Matt Doherty, who is known for his work at Taste, Andrei Ivanov, who is going for his Master Sommelier certification and is well known for his work at Elia and Olio, and then Summer Wright, who also worked with Gerard Kraft. All of these folks. So Matt Doherty is kind of leading the charge in the kitchen. Andre is in charge of mainly the wine selection, and then Summer Wright is in charge of the pastry program, and they're just doing some really great stuff. It is It is casual. It is very approachable, but it to me feels extremely modern in that it is casual, but the level of deliverable, the level of quality is extremely high, and so they do cheese. They have small plates as well as larger plates. Big surprise, a lot of people do. But for example, on the small plate side, they have a smoked beet salad with whipped ricotta, some oranges, and that also has like an andouille vinaigrette. We've talked about andouille before. It's a loose and very spicy salami, and so they take that kind of like meaty spiciness and kind of whip it into this vinaigrette. So it's a really wonderful complement to the sweet and earthy beets, and then that rich ricotta. On the larger side, they have this lamb sugo. Again, it's very simple, but it also has a lot of complexity. So it's like a lamb, a sugo. It's kind of like a lamb that's been cooked and then shredded. It's very deeply spiced with olives and again some parsley and some orange, and then that has a really wonderful kind of crusted pasta to it. Delicious. They have a braised beef cheek on the menu. Again, it has that raw kind of like spicy element to kind of play off of the richness of the beef cheek, and then a foie gras cream on it. That's on the small plate side. The desserts are wonderful, and kind of like I got this this wonderful kind of like nut tart, but the sleeper for me that came out was this vanilla custard that was delicious. It was absolutely wonderful, and so I would highly recommend it. The wine list in particular, Andre has done a really wonderful job. They traveled around the world, and they're only serving wines where they either personally know the winemakers or they have visited the winery.
I need that job.
Yeah, no kidding. But there's just a personal story with all the wines,
right.
And it's not just where they just had the wine reps come in, they do a tasting, they just carry it because they like it. I mean, they really went out and sought wonderful things that they were excited to be able to.
I love the name.
Present.
Reed's American Table.
Yes.
Reed's American Table, 7322 Manchester
Yeah.
in Maplewood. What's going on with Feast Magazine?
Well, you can look for the new issue of Feast. It is we're focused on kind of like Southern cuisine and fall cooking. We did a tailgate at Mizzou with John Perkins over at Juniper. Really, really fun. We have a sides and sweets kind of cooking feature with Andrew Vitti, and a lot of regional chefs have kind of like put together. We have a feature on Circle B Ranch, which I talked to you guys about a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
And so really, really great stuff.
Look for it at a newsstand nearest you. You can also subscribe and get it delivered right to your house.
Yes.
The two locations, MacArthur's Bakery on Kirkwood Road, which is Lindbergh everywhere else, and then Reed's American Table, Manchester in Maplewood, but in the city it's called Shodo.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Look at you.
You think we have a lot of roads. Each road has two different names.
At
we have
least.
like
That's
twice
why
as many roads as
I
you
know.
think you do.
That's why we have the Googles.
Feastmagazine.com. Kat, have a good week.
Thank you.
John Carney live from the opening of the IKEA store. This could get interesting next on KTRS.